competition has taken notice.
Oh, my God.
Good luck keeping up with us, amateurs.
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and... Oh, should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show, the show where we talk about all things that are important in the world of barbecue. From big-name interviews with competitors on the barbecue circuit, grill manufacturers and pit makers, to advice on cooking brisket and ribs. You'll find it all right here on the Barbecue Central Show. Your host, Greg Rempe, is a backyard barbecue and grilling fanatic and loves to talk about his passion, which many of us share together. You can learn more about barbecue and grilling by visiting the website, thebbqcentral.com. Now, let's get in the smoke. Here's your program host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show. This is the show that talks about all things important to the world of barbecue and grilling. As you know by now, this show originates from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, Ohio. Dare I say it, the barbecue capital of the North Coast. Lost my mind there for a second. Forgot we were the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Centralites, how's your life? Happy New Year. 2010 is upon us, and this is the first edition of the Barbecue Central Show this year, so thanks for joining me. Got a great show lined up for you, lots to get through here in the open, so hang with me. Let me give you some contact information. If you want to jump in on the show tonight, you can do it one of two ways. You can call 216-220-0966, or if you want, you can email the show. Thoughts, suggestions, comments, you want to weigh in on the CSI Willie, you can do that at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. A couple great interviews lined up for you tonight. Here's what's happening. Next segment, right around 11 after, 12 after the hour. Regular monthly contributor Derrick Riches from About.com will be on. We'll be talking a little bit about the new Platinum Weber Kettle 22.5-inch grill that's just now hitting the stores. Get some highlights about that. Also, some talk about Cast Iron Grate and the deal that's going on with Kingsford Charcoal that I had made mention about there on Facebook. I believe it was last evening. And we'll get all the inside information from Derrick there. Read some of the Facebook comments that you guys weighed in on about that Kingsford deal. So look for Derrick Riches' next segment. Segment after that, my mom reprising her role as monthly Mom's Recipes segment. You know it, you love it, one of the most popular segments here on the show, where my mom comes on, we banter back and forth as she shares some of her favorite recipes. And again, what's great about these is the fact that not only are they guaranteed stone-cold lead pipe lock to be delicious, but any level of chef can go ahead and execute these with precision. If you're interested in getting your hands on these recipes, all you have to do is email the show and then just put Mom's Recipes in the subject line, and I'll reply back to you with those. Still working on the website for that, so look for my mom, third segment. Fourth segment, of course, we have the Petey River Swamp Sauce giveaway, and we can take some of your phone calls, read some emails, catch up, all that great stuff. So that's what's happening. Derrick Riches coming up next segment, my mom, third segment. Fourth segment, always open for the Centralites. We continue. Last week we kind of unveiled What's with the we? Me. I unveiled the CSI Miami spoof. Again, a little background on that. I'm a fan of the show, and I like the fact that inevitably in the opening scene we're kind of led into that opening theme with some type of cheesy catchphrase, and I challenged the Centralites to come up with some of their own stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be food-related, but a lot of them are. And I thought we got a couple last week. Made up one of my own. Kate from Florida called in and gave her live version, which was great. Thought that maybe might die, but no. This week, 4 entries, baby. Yeah. So we're going to get to them, and I wanted to make mention here before we get into that we have 2 new sponsors here on the Barbecue Central show. Ribolator. And that's the deal that hooks onto your existing spit rod and motor, turning it into a 4-tray rotisserie machine. Ribolator.com is the website for that. And then the person that's actually going to be supplying the prize for the best CSI Miami spoof this week, which will be more or less voted on by you, the Centralites. You can email in who you think should win, and that person will take away the prize from our second newest sponsor, Cosmos Q. They do injections for meat, chicken, beef, pork. Cosmos Q, that's K-O-S-M-O-S, Cosmos Q, the letter Q, cosmosq.com. He's got his own brand of rub coming on, and very popular, getting a lot of great reviews. So he is going to be donating a 3-pack, his pork, his brisket, and his chicken soak to the winner of the CSI Miami Spoofs. So look for that, and we're going to get to those here in just a second. Actually, why not do it now? Let's see here. Where do I want to start first? Okay. This one coming in from a different country altogether. Now I got to get my scene right here. Put the right sound up. All right, here we go. This one submitted from Rob Reinhardt, listener, Prairie Smoke and Spice Barbecue, Regina, Canada, weighing in. Canada getting in on it. I always knew it was popular in Canada. All right, so I will again play both Mr. Wolf and Horatio Kane. So bear with me, live reads here. We actually do have a produced one by Brad and Georgia here that'll be played here in a second. So here we go. And scene. Mr. Wolf, what do we have? Well, Horatio, the victim's wife arrived home at 11 p.m. from a dinner with friends, only to find him lying on the floor with a needle sticking out of his arm. She tells us that he is a diabetic and requires insulin shots regularly. We can see a beef brisket on the counter, along with some packages of powdered substance labeled Cosmos Q. The victim's wife says it's for marinating meat. The victim wife also tells us he's been involved in some kind of controversial property development along the coast and has received death threat lately. Mr. Wolf, I think you need to send those insulin shots to the lab to see if they've been tampered with. Will do, Horatio. Anything else? Well, yes. Once the lab results are back, I expect we will know that our victim isn't the only person that was in possession of a killer injection. Yeah, stuff like that. Very, very good. Oh, sorry. Had my sound effect down there. That was Rob Reinhardt, Killer Injection, using Cosmos Q. New sponsor right in there, right off the bat. Good for you, Brad. All right. Here's our next one submitted by, well, looky here. None other than celebrity chef himself, Ted Reeder, baby. Yeah. Ted Reeder coming. All right, here we go. And scene. What do we have, Mr. Wolf? Well, Horatio, a hot dog was found murdered while on a hibachi, but there's no sign of charcoal. What do you think happened? Well, Mr. Wolf, I just talked with a hot dog stick. Seemed he witnessed some naked South Beach burgers getting pissed when the hot dog was found to be infiltrating some sexy beach buns, and the burgers weren't involved. I'm sorry, the burgers weren't invited. Seemed there was a bit of peanut butter, onions, and mayonnaise involved as well. So what do you think of that, Horatio? Well, Mr. Wolf, I think we all know the truth here. Callie Duquesne fired up her gas grill and killed that dog. Doggy style. Yeah, that's celebrity chef Ted Reeder weighing in. By the way, no specifics, but special thoughts going out to Ted Reeder, experiencing some family things happening here the last 36 hours. Ted, you got our support and prayers for what you're going through. All right, now, next, we have one from Dennis in Florida. Check this one out.
What do we have, Mr. Wolf?
Well, Horatio, there's a serial killer on the loose here in Miami who's been murdering his victims by branding the initials BF on their chests. There are no other visible wounds, but each victim has been left to die in a pool of their own blood.
Have any other clues been found, Mr. Wolf?
Only one other additional clue. Each victim had a business card in their pocket from the restaurant Mesa Grill. So what do you make of this, Horatio?
Well, Mr. Wolf, based on the evidence found at each of the crime scenes, we now have undeniable proof that searing does not seal in the juices. Oh, yeah. My pet peeve, searing does not seal in the juices. All right. I'm going to have to step away from this. We still got one more left. Love them so far. Dennis from Florida was sealing in the juices. Ted Reeder with Doggy Style Hot Dog. And Rob Reinhardt from Canada with the killer injections. You weigh in, Central Lights. Let me know what you think on that. As I quickly remind you about D-Dog's barbecue rub. You know you love their rubs and sauces, but would you like to buy them locally? Well, if you do, then D-Dogs need your help. Send the name of your local barbecue store, farmer's market, or grocery store, and D-Dogs will take care of the rest. Email Darren at DARIN at DDogsBBQ.com. That's Darren at DDogsBBQ.com, and he will get in touch with that store and get them stocked up. Next week, by the way, Darren will be sponsoring the giveaway. Get some D-Dogs peach rub that he's been promising for everybody. All right, when we come back, it's Derrick Riches. We'll be talking about cool barbecue stuff. My mom, the segment after that, we'll get into another CSI Miami spoof. It's Rempy and you right here on the Barbecue Central Show.
Introducing Cosmos Q. Cosmos injections and marinades use only the finest ingredients, and they mix easily, never clotting or caking. From our beef injection to our pork injection, you're guaranteed to wow your friends, family, and judges. And don't forget to check out our newest marinade, Cosmos Chicken Soak, for that moist and tender chicken you're gonna love. You can find all of Cosmos award-winning products at CosmosQ.com. Cosmos Q, the new generation. Taste the difference.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.TheBBQGuru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Hey gang, Rempy here, and I think we can all agree that some of the best tasting food that we've ever had has come off of a rotisserie cooker. But until now, we've been very limited with what we can do on our existing spit rod and motor. Introducing the newest product in barbecue technology called the Ribolator. Now, the Ribolator installs on your existing spit rod and motor in just minutes, allowing you to rotisserie foods that you never thought possible. Imagine on one tray having a rack of ribs, and on the other tray, hot dogs and hamburgers. How about on the third tray, chicken pieces, and then on the fourth tray, succulent fish? What? The Ribolator fits medium to large gas grills, as well as 55-gallon ugly drum smokers. There's even a new model that'll be available soon to fit 22.5-inch Weber Kettle grills. Go to Ribolator.com to order. That's RIBOLATOR.com, Ribolator.com, or give B.O.B. a call at 206-999-0962. You'll definitely love this thing.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at Fred'sMusicandBarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the pellet grill superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. You can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA.
Get in the smoke. It's the Barbecue Central Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, we are back. It's the Barbecue Central Show right here on the Barbecue Central Radio Networks. This portion of the show brought to you by Yoder's Smoky Mountain Barbecue, leading online distributor of Meadow Creek barbecue equipment. These barbecue smokers, pig roasters, chicken cookers, and grills are handcrafted in the Amish country of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Goal is to give you outstanding value for the price, help you enjoy easy and profitable barbecues for years to come. They also carry a complete line of wonderful rubs and sauces. Check them out on the web, won't you? SeriousBBQs.com. That's SeriousBBQs.com. Good folks at Yoder's Smoky Mountain Barbecue. All right, as promised, and I'm running a little late because I had too much fun with CSI Miami spoofs, is regular monthly contributor Derrick Riches from About.com. Derrick, welcome back. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing, Greg?
Oh, not bad at all. Just, again, enjoying some of the spoofs that we've been working on here over the last couple of weeks. But let's get right down to business. We've got a lot of important topics to talk about. First thing on the agenda tonight is, of course, Weber makes a superior Kettle charcoal grill, if you will, been around for any number of years. And they're getting ready, or they have just started to introduce this 22.5-inch platinum charcoal grill. So for the people that actually haven't gone on Google and seen what it looks like, or whatever, give us a paint a picture, if you will, of what we're looking at here.
Well, basically what they've done is they've modified the cart. So you have two wheels, two peg legs, so you've got a more stable cart, and then they've attached two side tables onto it. I mean, that's been one of the complaints with the kettles is you can't put a plate down anywhere unless you've got your own table somewhere. Then it also features the roll top lid, so you just lift the lid and it slides back into this cart structure, making it a little bit more convenient, easier to work with.
So in actuality, it actually now, and I've seen it here on the internet, it kind of has, I guess, what is tantamount to a Weber Performer type feel to it.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it has a lot of the features to that. What it doesn't have is the gas assist ignition that the Performer has, and the Performer does have a larger table space.
It doesn't look like it has that very nifty charcoal shoot, keep dry deal underneath the table either.
No, it doesn't have that either.
All right, so if you're looking at a Performer and those features and benefits, if you're looking at the Platinum Series, what's the price tag between the two?
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of the issue here. This Platinum is going to run you about $300. The Performer is going to run you about $350. So, I mean, if you're into that price range now, I would really recommend just going the extra $50 and getting the Performer.
Any reason why, or that you've heard of, why Weber would have gone ahead and put two grills that are almost similar as far as design and what they're offering, aside from a few creature comforts, with a $50 price difference between the two?
Yeah, I couldn't really get a straight answer out of them. I think that, the issue really is the fact that for the past year, they did not have a vice president of product development. They just hired in a new guy, and, they had a long span there in between. So they really didn't come out with a lot new this year. This one has a smaller footprint. Maybe if you don't have a lot of patio space, that might be an advantage. But I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense myself.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they just threw some product in to get some out there, especially just having $50 between them. We're talking with Derrick Riches. You can find him at bbq.about.com if you want to check him out on his blog. The other thing that we wanted to talk about, by the way, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that if you have a Lowe's by you want to look out for their closeout pricing on Performers. I believe they were selling from like $200, so that would even be a better deal than this Platinum thing. Have you heard anything about that price?
Yeah, well, Lowe's and Home Depot have kind of not been selling as many grills this year, so they've got a lot of backup inventory in some locations. But there's some really good deals out there if you want to go shopping.
Oh yeah, $200 Performer is something you pick up at least one for yourself and one for your neighbor, and you'll be class of the neighborhood. So One of the other items that we can talk about, and it kind of transitions nicely after talking about the 22.5-inch Weber Kettle, is these cast iron cooking grates that are made. I guess it might be actually geared towards the Weber Kettle grills, both 22.5-inch and 18-inch models, but perhaps if your particular non-Weber grill is in similar construction, they might retro to yours. Made by Cast Iron Grate. What can you tell us about these?
Well, this actually came out of Europe out the middle of last year, and it definitely is for the Weber kettles. It's an exact fit, and of course, the Weber kettles are the most popular charcoal grills in the world, so there's a huge market for this. What they basically decided was, one of the complaints that people have about the Weber kettles is that the cooking grates are, they're chrome plated, they're a little lightweight, they wear out over time. So, if you're willing to spend the money, you can get this cast iron grate system, which gives you some versatility, really kind of steps up the performance a little bit.
And for the people that don't really, or they haven't seen them, you can go to cast-iron-grate.com, but you're looking at 4 kind of pizza-shaped grates that fit into the overall circle of the 22.5-inch or 18.5-inch, and these are raw cast iron, correct?
Yes, it is. It's a cast iron ring with bars that run through the middle, so you can remove these sectional pieces. So you can actually, if you need to get to your fire, you can lift out one of the grate sections. Plus, they have, additional accessories like a hot plate griddle that can fit into one of these sections. They also have a pizza stone, and they even have a rack for putting a beer can chicken in.
Right.
It'll actually just fit right in the grate.
What kind of an investment are you looking at just for the initial grill grate itself?
Well, if you were going to buy the grate system for the 22.5, you're looking at about $85. Then the accessories are going to be more. I mean, like the hot plate piece for that's another $30. So it's not an inexpensive investment, but it's heavy duty cast iron. It's well constructed. If you take care of it, you'll be replacing the kettle and not the grates.
We're talking with Derrick Riches from About.com, their barbecue and grilling guru. Now, I don't want to sound like a poo-poo on this whole cast iron thing. I mean, I'm not necessarily a huge fan on raw cast iron itself because especially in certain environments, if it gets wet, if you're not paying very close attention to how you take care of it, every time you use it, it's going to rust. And it seems like once it starts to rust, it is very hard to get back on top of, and it kind of spreads like the plague. So if you're going to make that investment of $86, you want to make sure you're taking care of it very properly in order for it to have its longevity. But on top of that, it seems like the add-on pieces aren't necessarily that inexpensive either. I mean, you're looking at, $30 for the griddle hot plate or $30 for the pizza stone, another $30 for the chicken seat. And those are just for the triangular pieces themselves. I mean, if you want to outfit your whole grill like that, you're looking at some pretty serious dollars.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's an investment. And, I would only really recommend it for someone that's really used to working with cast iron, that, has cast iron cookware and knows what they're doing with it. If you're not going to take care of it, it's a complete waste of money.
And there is an option for the 18.5-inch as well?
Yeah, that actually has 3 sections to it, smaller. And that one will also fit the large ceramics like a Big Green Egg or a Primo.
And these are only available online, or have you seen them in brick-and-mortar stores?
At this point, they're just an online thing. I don't know what kind of distribution they're going to be getting from it in the future.
Do you know how well they're being received? Have you gotten any feedback from the company as far as how popular they are here in the States?
I don't know what kind of sales they've had here. It's been kind of a slow introduction. I know a few people who've had them. I've got a set. I think they work really well. The people who have them seem to really like them. One person I know of, he just took the whole section out, took it camping with him, put it on some stones, and built a campfire under it.
Wow. So some type of versatility there as well if you're a camper guy. Not me.
Yeah.
One of the last item that we wanted to talk about tonight, and really seemed to hit huge there on my Facebook page when I posted about it last night, was the fact that in our correspondence about some items that we wanted to talk about this week or this month, was the fact that Kingsford Charcoal has reduced the weight of their briquettes by 7%, but promising the same performance. So what you're saying is they're taking each individual briquette and reducing the individual's weight by 7%?
Yeah, it's actually about 7.5%, I think, is the actual math on it. Each briquette will, in fact, be 7.5% lighter, and each bag of charcoal will contain the same number of briquettes.
So what type of a weight are we going from, the existing bags to what are they going to be now with the lighter weights, do you know?
Well, if you're talking about the big blue bag, the 18-pound bag, it's now about 16.5 pounds.
So a fairly substantial difference. Have you been able to test this charcoal out?
I've tried it out a little bit. I've had a small amount to play with, and I don't see a big performance difference. But once it really gets out there and people start playing with it, I think that's when we're really going to hear whether or not it holds up to their promise or not.
And has it been clearly labeled on the bag that you're getting less weight but the same performance, or has there been some type of marketing campaign that's been rolled out to say we've taken 7% of the weight out, but you're going to love it anyway?
Well, they've brought in a lot of people and they've done quite a bit of marketing. I think what they're trying to do is, they did this about 3 years ago, when they reduced the 22-pound bag to an 18-pound bag.
Right.
And, they really didn't advertise it. And there was kind of a big outcry as to what was going on. So this time they've tried to kind of hit a lot of people and say, hey, it's not really going to be any different. It's just going to be a lighter weight.
It seemed that the overwhelming response on my Facebook page was if they're taking 7% of the crap that's already in there out, then everybody seemed to be okay with that. But is it completely across all product lines? Are the competition briquettes going to be lighter and the blue bag's going to be lighter and the stuff that's infused with the wood, all that's going to be lighter across the board?
Yeah, all Kingsford briquettes are made off of the same press, so they will all be the new shape. Basically, if you look at a Kingsford briquette, there's a K on one side and then there's two little grooves on the back.
Right.
They're angling those grooves. They're now diagonal grooves, so they cut through a larger space of the briquette. That's where the reduction is. But all briquettes will be affected by this.
All right, so we'll certainly keep our eye on the forums and through various feedback outlets to see how this charcoal is going to be performing. Is there a price difference for this? Are we getting to have to pay less because we're getting less weight?
Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? No, there's not going to be a price difference. And as far as what they're taking out, mostly what they're removing is the anthracite.
Okay, so
that's the actual coal,
right,
not the wood product.
The main heat source, at least for the blue bag, that they've been said. And one of the scientists that I had on last year said that the anthracite was the blue bag's major heat source. So I guess taking that out probably isn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking out a non-renewable energy resource, and something. I mean, do you really want to cook on coal?
No, not me. But hey, what can I tell you? That's just me. So we're talking with Derrick Riches. Again, you can find him at bbq.about.com. Derrick, I always appreciate you coming on every month and sharing all the insight about what's cool and happening cutting edge on the barbecue and grilling world. And let's do it again next month.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you, Greg.
All right, take care, Derrick. There he is, Derrick Riches. Again, his website, bbq.about.com. Interested to see how that whole Kingsford deal works out. Love to hear your thoughts on it, too. 216-220-0966 is the number to call. You can email bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. When we come back, Mom's Recipes. It's Rempe and you right here on the Barbecue Central Show.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Are you one of the grillers out there that want to add true authentic wood smoke to your grilled foods? You know what? I feel your pain, Centralites, and that's why I want to tell you about the Flavor Dome Smoker Box. The Flavor Dome is made of 100% stainless steel, heavy gauge, weighing in at 3 1/4 pounds. This thing is built to last a lifetime, and heck, with that weight, you could use it to fight off creeping marauders looking to take your steaks off your grills. Its revolutionary dual lid technology produces a cleaner, smoother tasting smoke, and the low profile design with that inverted deep V channel allows it to sit right on the flavorizer bars, and you can put your grill grate right back on top of it and continue cooking. Now, Centralites, you know I own a Flavor Dome, and I absolutely love it. It works on 90% of all gas grills, and don't forget to take advantage of the special price when you order the Flavor Dome and the Ribbolator together. Visit Ribbolator.com for more information. Centralites, let's not listen to what the Surgeon General has to say about it, and let's get hooked on smoking together with the Flavor Dome. Won't you try yours today?
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the pellet grill superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. You can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA.
Introducing Cosmos Q. Cosmos injections and marinades use only the finest ingredients, and they mix easily, never clotting or caking. From our beef injection to our pork injection, you're guaranteed to wow your friends, family, and judges. And don't forget to check out our newest marinade, Cosmos Chicken Soak, for that moist and tender chicken you're gonna love. You can find all of Cosmos award-winning products at cosmosq.com. Cosmos Q, the new generation. Taste the difference. Big name interviews. Coverage of Competition Barbecue. And the only host willing to give his honest opinion on all topics in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
All right, we are back. It's the Barbecue Central Show right here on the Barbecue Central Radio Networks. Thanks for joining me. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Thanks to Derrick Riches for joining me last segment. This portion of the show brought to you by the good folks at the Barbecue Guru, makers of automatic pit temperature control devices, not to mention a host of other barbecue products that make your whole barbecue and grilling life easier. 2 ways to find them online at thebbqguru.com, or you can dial them up toll-free on your telephone, 800-288-GURU. All right, as promised, joining me now, reprising her role as a recipe hostess, is none other than my mom. And stand by for this.
She's cooked for him for years, and now she takes time out of her busy schedule to help out his pathetic internet radio show by sharing some of her favorite recipes. Greg's mom, Connie Rempe, is on the line.
Hi, Mommy.
Hi, Greg.
Oh, got to turn you down there a little bit. See, now we got you on the Skype, too. Everything sounds just wonderful now. Hello.
Hi there.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, but I'm getting music in the background over you.
I don't even have any music on at all. You're not listening to the show at the same time, are you?
I think so.
Yeah, well, you can't do that. You can't listen to the show and then talk at the same time. You have to turn that down.
Hang on 1 second.
All right, let's Price is Right it. All right, as promised, joining us. All right, are you there? Hello. Hello. Fantastic. Running slow. All right, well, the good news here is this. I just happen to have my fourth and final CSI Miami spoof, baby. Yeah. Sent to me in full production by Brad in Georgia. So sit back, relax, and listen to this.
What have we got here, Bill?
The circus is in town and one of the midget clowns was murdered.
How did this happen?
It seems that someone skewered him with a trapeze artist's spar. Then they tried to get rid of the evidence by cremating the midget. This is the third murder in this fashion in the past week.
Well, we need to get everything analyzed, but be on the lookout for the fat man. I've got a feeling he's been to cooking school.
Why is that, Horatio?
It looks like he wanted to put another shrimp on the Barbie.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Full production, baby. Yeah. Doesn't get any better than that. Brad, thank you for that. Full production Willie on that. Totally excited. All right. We've switched venues back again. My mom, now seriously time compromised, by the way. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I know what the problem was, but we can talk about that off air. All right, so we have a new month is upon us. Hell, new year, 2010. And we're looking forward to some very tantalizing recipes. And, of course, we always like to start out with the appetizer because that's what you eat first. So what's on tap?
We have a hot crab appetizer. And, for these cold winter nights that we're having, this is a great start.
The cold winter nights, who's having?
Hey, it has been freezing. It's literally freezing down here.
Yeah, give me a break. All right, go ahead with it.
Okay, well, what you're doing here is having a mixture of crab meat, grated pepper jack cheese, mayonnaise, Parmesan cheese, some minced green onion, garlic, either roasted or fresh garlic, Worcestershire sauce, lemon juice, some hot pepper sauce, dry mustard, and salt and pepper. And you're just going to mix that together and put it in a casserole and bake it until it's hot and bubbly, and serve it with your choice of crackers or chips.
Now, does the Parmesan cheese can it be like the Kraft stuff out of a shaker thing, or do we need like Reggiano, Parmigiano type stuff, or what's the recommendation there?
Well, quite frankly, the shaker cheese is good because it's calling for like a quarter of a cup of the Parmesan, and the Parmigiano Reggiano gets a little pricey, and I think it's just as good in here.
That's right. So it sounds great. I mean, you're right. When it's cold out, nothing better than hot crab dip to warm you up. And then
exactly.
We transition quickly over from appetizer to main course. So what do we have going on here?
We're having a Parmesan baked salmon. And I truly think this will make people that are kind of on the border of really, I don't really like salmon all that much, you're going to really like this.
Well, look good because you know what? I hate salmon.
I know you do, but try it. It really
Get that big stuff out of here.
All right. So what sets this apart?
Well, you're using salmon fillets, and it calls for 4 of them, and just cook them on a cookie sheet and drizzle a little lemon juice over them. And then you're going to top it with a mixture of mayonnaise, another Parmesan cheese, and cayenne pepper. You're just going to spread that evenly over the 4 salmon fillets. And then you're going to top it with crushed Ritz crackers. So it gives it a nice crunch on the top. Just bake it in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes, or, if you like it a little more rare on the inside, not quite as long, but it just gives it a great flavor and a really nice crunch. And I really think even you might like it. Give it a try.
I doubt it, but I'll try it. Now, do you recommend, again, the farm-raised salmon, or there's been hotly debates, and no names, please, that only the freshest salmon tastes best? What do you recommend?
I go for the fresh. I really do. Yep.
All right, so our legal counsel, legal guardian of the Barbecue Central radio show, Griff in Alaska, is always preaching. Oh, see, I just broke my own rule. No names, please. About the fresh salmon that he pulls out of his rivers and streams up there. So if it's freshest is the best, but you got to use, I guess, what you can get.
True. I mean, if you can only get the farm raised, go for it.
All right.
But,
now, nothing goes better with a main course than a side dish, and you have a warm fingerling potato salad. And while I'm not a big fan of salmon, I do love the fingerling potatoes, baby. Yeah.
And your sister said she was sure that you wouldn't even know what a fingerling potato was.
What? Come on. What are we talking about here?
Too bad for her.
I'm a fan of potato in general.
Well, potatoes are wonderful.
That's right. Yeah. All right. What about this fingerling potato side?
This is, you're going to whip it up really quick. It cooks in the microwave, so you're just going to put in the casserole your fingerling potatoes, some green beans, cook those, and you're just topping it with a vinaigrette, which is an olive oil, your chopped shallot, a red wine vinegar, some parsley, a little mustard, rosemary, a little salt and pepper, and you're going to just mix that all together. And I like it really, warm is wonderful, but in fact, if you have leftovers and you store it in the refrigerator, bring it out the next day, it's equally good as cold, too.
All right, that was going to be my next question, was if you didn't consume it all in the first sitting and you had to let it go overnight in the refrigerator, how does it actually stand up when it's cold? I mean, is there a considerable palate difference from when it's hot to when it's cold?
It has a different consistency to it, but quite frankly, they're both nice. But in fact, if you want to warm it up again, just pop it back in the microwave, and it's good. And quite frankly, the next day with anything with a vinaigrette, it just marinates into the potato even more the next day. Mm-hmm. So, quite frankly, I think all of those kind of things just get better the next day.
Well, that sounds great. So that's the warm fingerling potato salad side to go along with the Parmesan baked salmon, which I may or may not try. And then we started off with the hot crab dip. So to tie it all together at the very end is a decadent dessert that you have on tap. Tell us about this hot fudge brownie cake.
Yeah, now this is awesome, and it's been a recipe that's been around for years and years, but you're just going to whip up a batter first, and it's a combination of flour and cocoa powder, baking powder, salt, granulated sugar and brown sugar, oil, vanilla, and some milk, and you're going to make that batter, spread it into a pan, and then you're topping it with a combination of brown sugar, granulated sugar, and cocoa. Just going to sprinkle that on top of your batter, and then on top of that, you're going to carefully drizzle a cup and a half of boiling water. So when it bakes the cookie layer on the top with the hot fudge underneath it, and it is awesome. Yeah, fat for sure.
My goodness.
Delicious. Yes. Yep, it's awesome. You want to let it cool just a little bit before you serve it up, and obviously serving it with ice cream or Cool Whip or, both. It's delicious.
No kidding.
Yeah, really good. And again, it's so cold everywhere in the country. This is a great dessert.
I can't, let me tell you something. I got a lot of pet peeves. Saying especially or saying 125% or all these. But when people in Florida are saying it's so cold everywhere else in the country, you know what?
Boom. Hey. Out of here.
Out of here with that. I can't handle that. Your cold is not our cold. And people in Canada are, always complaining about how it's not as cold down here as it up. It's a big wine fest here on the Barbecue Central show is what we're saying. And we're talking, by the way, with my mom, monthly guest, sharing some of her favorite recipes. Tonight it was the hot crab dip for the appetizer, the Parmesan baked salmon main course alongside warm fingerling potato salad, and then finished out with a hot fudge brownie cake. And as always, you can email me at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Put Mom's recipes in the subject line, and we'll go ahead and get those right out to you. You can try them yourself, and then, of course, we always ask you to respond back and let us know how they worked out for you, Mom. Another home run, and we'll look for you again next month.
Great. Looking forward to it, Greg.
All right. Thanks, Mommy. Love you.
Love you too, honey. Bye-bye.
That's my mom, not your mom. I'm out. All right, we're late. Technical issues in Florida have caused us to run a little late. So I'll step away real quick. When we come back, we'll wrap the show up, and we'll give a 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce away. So if you want to call in for that, 216-220-0966. Also pick a winner on the CSI spoof for the Cosmos Q's injection. Stand by. You're listening to the Barbecue Central show right here on the Barbecue Central radio networks.
Everyone knows rotisserie food tastes the best. But until now, the only things you could rotisserie were whole chickens, roasts, and the like. But all that is about to change. Introducing the newest product in barbecue technology, the Ribolator. The Ribolator will easily attach to your existing spit rod in minutes, allowing you to rotisserie foods you never thought possible. Now you can rotisserie ribs, fish, burgers, pork chops, steaks, chicken, and all the veggies you can eat. The only limit is your imagination. The Ribolator will fit medium to large gas grills, as well as 55-gallon ugly drum smokers. There's even a new model that will be available soon to fit 22.5-inch Weber Kettle grills. And if you're looking to add smoke flavor to your grill, then you absolutely have to check out the Flavor Dome Smoker Box. It fits snugly into your gas or kettle grill, and thanks to its patented lid design, provides up to an hour of smoke. Go to Ribolator.com to order. That's RIBOLATOR.com. Or call 206-999-0962. That's 206-999-0962. Do it now.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbquru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Introducing Cosmos Q. Cosmos injections and marinades use only the finest ingredients, and they mix easily, never clotting or caking. From our beef injection to our pork injection, you're guaranteed to wow your friends, family, and judges. And don't forget to check out our newest marinade, Cosmos Chicken Soak, for that moist and tender chicken you're gonna love. You can find all of Cosmos award-winning products at CosmosQ.com. Cosmos Q, the new generation. Taste the difference.